Hey, welcome everyone. Tom here from Park Avenue Trading, your chief dealer, keeping you sane in these insane markets. It is 7:32 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, October 31st, 2024. And did we not have, or should I say, I not have, incredible analysis yesterday? I mean, gave you a warning in dollar yen. Watch that 152.60 level. It's an important level. If it breaks that, it could go down on 150.180, and lo and behold, it went to 151.92 or something like that. You gotta say that's pretty damn good. So here we are in dollar yen, kind of right now back in a channel, and so the upper level was rejected for the time being, right up here, rejected and pushed us right back down to a pretty decent support level of 151.80 right there. So what is going on right now? That's all that matters. Like what's the next trade about to happen? Well, I kind of missed that because it would have been like the 152.40 level is a level right now that has to hold. So let me put that right there, 152.40. Hang on. I'll go like that. I don't care. 39, close enough. This 152.39 level has to hold in order for it to show some strength. The next level it's got to get over. It's got to get over like 153.15. 153. How much gas in the tank it's got today, I really don't know. I think today's going to be kind of a consolidation day. I don't really think that there's going to be explosive moves up. The only way we're going to get an explosive move up in dollar yen is if we get up through this price high here, right here, this whole area here. Right there. It's got to get up through there. But even if it does do that today, there's probably going to be some resistance, and we're quite a distance away from it. I mean, 125 points, but it doesn't mean anything. I mean, so the important level is that 152, say 40 level. Let's make this a color, different color. Let me get red. Okay, so what I'm saying is if the marketplace turns down through here, most likely it's going to attempt this support level. This maybe low bars close would be important. If you notice, the marketplace basically, if you look in this area, this is a 1 hour chart. It's set for UTC time. So if you want to find it on your trading view, and the time was 6 o'clock UTC. So right now, that close is the important close. If you notice, the marketplace popped it, but it never could close below it. So that was an important price point for the marketplace. I mean, there was some people here, sellers, that would get really late to the game, and obviously this is the bar where the last seller had sold, and the marketplace reversed up through this 40. So this 40 level is important. The next level will be 153, like 13. That would be a show of strength. But this 40 level for the day's got to hold. Now, what I really think might happen today is we may come back down into this area and just track around in this area. This is all U.S. election stuff. They really don't know what to make of it. There's conflicting data. Who's winning? Who's not winning? It's a tie. It's not a tie. There's a lot of different stuff that are in the big boys' minds. So they're basically hedging bets, and they sold off sterling yen pretty well as today as well. So let's move over to sterling dollar, because that one has always been a very strange canard. Okay, so Sterling dollar is the same gig. I mean, yesterday we spiked this top by like 10 points. So I'm going to move this up right to there. I'm going to expand it to that top. The level is still like 30, but you know, we expanded to 40, so 44. So let's expand to 44. Right now, as we stand, hang on, let me get some good numbers here. I hate to say it, but it's the same as it has been for the past, you know, week and a half. We are basically still in this big square consolidation, right? It's like from here to here, down here, all this. It needs to get over 130.11. This is still a pretty important point. This 129.80. If it could somehow see, look what happened here. It closed above it. Then the queen said no. She pushed down, closed above it, and now the queen is saying no again. There's still some sellers in this marketplace. If we break 129.20, we're heading to that 129, the figure level. Then we got a big point at 128.75 underneath that. That's a pretty important point. So if we break 128.75, you could expect 128.50, then 128, the figure right behind it, meaning that the range is broken and is really going bearish. The only way that we could show that this marketplace is showing any strength is we got to get above this 130.11. We got to hold above it. I mean, we could come back down and then maybe use this 75.80 level as support, building a higher bottom. And then if we can get above 130.44, then we move back down to like 131.11, and then boom, then we can get up to maybe that main resistance. So right now this thing can go either way. It is still bearish, but watch the 129, the figure level. If that breaks, that's not a really good sign for a recovery for sterling. It's most like, and then watch the cross, because then if dollar yen is not moving, then the cross is going to really go down in earnest. So let's look at sterling yen. Pretty wild. Pick the top, you know. I'm not trying to pat myself on the back or anything, but we did pick the bottom. We had the 197.21 low over here. So what's the next trade about to happen? Let's see. That was a good point. Hang on one second. Let me get some numbers. Okay, sterling yen. We said yesterday that we were looking to fill this gap, if you recall. I said it came in, it kind of touched it, and I said, oh, kind of. But we completely filled this gap right here with this movement down. Now, there's two theories, you know, saying that the gap is filled, now it's free to move higher. You know, it did make a nice move higher. It hit resistance already. We have to remember that. Just because one of the theories means that, okay, it's going to go up now, doesn't necessarily, you know, mean that it has to do that. So right now, as we stand, there's a really this level at 197.21 is a really important level. It needs to hold this in order to keep this complete market structure intact, meaning like staying in this zone and then potentially breaking upward, or if it breaks the lower level 197.21, you know, we're looking at 196.39 would be the next level of support. So I'll put that down. Hang on, let's just put that down there for where's 196.03, and there's a level before that of 196. Let's go 35, like that. There's some, now don't get all confused with all these different lines up here. So let's take some off here. So what does it have to stay above today? It's got to stay above 198. 190. No, hang on. 197. Let's get rid of this one. Where are we here? We had the low here. We had the high. Let's see something. If I draw, 55, 197.55, right there. This 197.55 is an important point. It's got to stay above this right now. And right now it's heading towards resistance. It's hitting resistance at 198.39. That's still now a good resistance. It was a support. Now a support becomes resistance. If we could get through this, then it's probably tracking back up into this area right here. It is in a neutral tone. So it's like every other currency right now, not really knowing, or cross currency, really not knowing what to do, because again, the US elections are overshadowing the technicals of this thing. So technically this would be considered a weak marketplace, but because of US politics, I'm going to say it's like a neutral marketplace, because anything can happen, for the simple reason that people are looking towards, they're trying to figure out who's going to win the U.S. election. And it's an important election. So they're keeping their eye on that. And if some type of news comes out, like, you know, and I'm not a news trader, and I'm not a fundamentalist, but this has nothing to do with fundamentals. This has to do with politics, and it's right in front of our face, and it could be quantified, and it could be, you know, defined with data through polls. But there are a lot of polls that are shady polls, and there are a lot of polls that are trying to throw the opposition off. So they're trying to get those people to spend money in different areas where they don't need to spend money. You know, it's just it's a battle, you know. So right now, as we stand, we got to stay above 197, say 50, to continue showing a little bit of strength, but we have to get over like 198 50 to show strength, continuing strength. I'm sorry I'm not that much of a help today, because let me see if I could, let me do different volatility calculations, see if I can come up with something better. All right, okay. Oh, it actually right now, this 198.43. Let's move this up. 198.45. This has become a pretty significant resistance level right now. It needs to get over this in order to show some strength. Why am I saying it? Well, if you're looking at this little consolidation phase right here, there's going to be, this was what drove the marketplace, you know, up into this area. All right. So look, if you look at this and you look at this, they look very similar. It basically mirrors, right? So geometry, market geometry is in play right here. I mean, it's not exact, and I don't, you know, I look at this, but I don't say, oh, this is the end all be all. It's the market geometry, you know. It helps. But right now, I'm going to make a bold statement. It's got to stay above 197, and not the 197.57. I'm going to say 197.85. Right there. It has to stay above 197.85. This level right here. 197.85. If it breaks 197.85, most likely we're going back down to the 197.21 level. Also, the low bars close right here is an important price point. See what happens there. If it breaks 197.21, it's opening its way up to 196. 196.35. I might have something in between. No, I got 196.35. It's my next volatility level. So that's what I got in sterling yen. Also, while I have you guys here, I'm going to be doing lives once in a while. So just be on the lookout for that. If I need to update something or, just give you guys some information, I'll be doing YouTube lives. Should have said that in the beginning. Let's move over to Euro Yen. Oh. This one had really held up. It's held up its own yesterday, and I said that it was kind of big, but it had resistance at 166.86. Well, guess what? That really held up and threw us back down to like 164. What was the low? 164.90 or something? 164.93. Okay, so where do we stand now? Yesterday is yesterday, today's today. So where are we? What's happening with Euro Yen? Well, it is also in a consolidation channel due to the same politicking that's going on elsewhere. There's, let's see, 80. Wow, it's like unbelievable. All right. Hang on, let me get some good numbers. Okay, as Euro Yen stands right now, it needs to hold above 165.54, which it's doing right now. However, a break of 165.64 most likely will bring us back down to this 165, the figure level, 164.82. It has strong resistance above, right at this 166.36 level. I don't think it's going to get through it on the first. I don't think it's going to get through it straight away. What I think would happen, it'll probably come back here, come back down a little bit. It could even come back down kind of to test this 50 level. Maybe it goes to 70 again, or it goes to the 65.83 level, and then it could probably attempt up. But if it does break this lower, this 165.50 level, you're looking at 164.80, and then the lower level is 164.01. So where is it? It's basically still in like a bullish, slightly bullish movement. We had a nice retrace so that it could gather some steam, but these levels up here are really strong levels. Well, what happens if we get above 166.85? Well, then we're looking at like 167.34 or something like that. Yeah, like 167.34. And then it'd have to be, I'd have to come and do a live or something, a live update. So it would be 167.34, 35. And 67.34 right there. So that's where we stand right now. I think it's in, again, consolidation. I don't think anything's going to happen. Like we're like right here right now. So if we break, this is the trigger level for the moment, the day right here. This level right there, 165.54. If it breaks that, most likely it's going back down to the 164.80, and also pay attention to this 1 hour bars close right there, which happens to be 165.14. So that's the important level. All right. So please, if you like what you see, like and subscribe. Share the videos far and wide. Want to build a big trading community. Also, go get yourself a free technical ebook, parkavenuetrading.com. You're going to love it. And I'll see you in the next video. And remember, always enjoy the party, dance to the door. Cheers.